Yo, hey, what's up, guys? Yep, and we are live. Good evening to everyone, and welcome again to another AMA with YGG. My name is John Sedano, Community Marketing Manager, and the head of partnerships, the one and only Mr. Saratobi. How we doing, man?
Very good, sir, as always. Loving
sir.
the Christmas theme. Looking forward to a bit of
Right?
overindulgence in the Christmas period.
I see you have a wreath right there behind
I have
you.
my outdoor wreath, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's the mistletoe at, though?
Oh yeah, I keep that in the bedroom.
Oh, okay, nice. Good to know. But yeah, I mean, we have actually a very, we have a very star-studded lineup. It's gonna be a Discord AMA takeover tonight with our special guests from RFOX Games, and we have the man himself, Mr. Fadzly Yusof.
Hi guys.
Go ahead. Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Sure. Hi, I'm Fadzly Yusof. I'm the General Manager of RFOX Games. And joining me today are three of my team members. Cahiwat, which is the Head of Business Development. Chino, Yray, which is the Head of Digital Marketing. And James Wee, which is our Community Manager.
Awesome. I mean, I know like Saratobia, you guys have already you've talked with RFOX like a while back. So I mean, what do you think about the project, about the RFOX Games in general?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've had the joy of being able to look at the project in detail quite a number of times. I've got quite a few COGS in my collection at this point.
Nice.
But obviously, for those in the audience who don't know about COGS and the project, obviously I think it could be great to get the elevator pitch from the man himself to
Sure.
tell people about the COGS project.
No problem. So KOGS was released about a year ago, last October, and our NFT stand for Keys to Other Games. So essentially, the design of the 90s phenomenon, which are POGs. So I'm not sure whether you guys remember that game, but it was hugely popular globally.
Did you have
What
COGS, John? I definitely
yeah.
have COGS.
And it came from Coca-Cola, right? You get
Yeah.
some free from Coca-Cola, from other brands. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Like I love what you guys are doing here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were millions of designs of POGs back in the day. Every brand was on it. Everyone, I guess, would have some collection or sets that they were very proud of owning. So we took a look at their business model and realized that we could replicate it for NFTs. However, with the term Keys to Other Games, what we wanted to do was to make sure that these NFTs were interoperable across all the games that we roll out. So the first game that we have is called Slam, which is a very light casual game that allows people to play even without purchasing our COGS. So you get to start straight away your play to earn experience.
And of course, this is a mobile-friendly game for those.
It is.
Obviously, the vast majority of the YGG community, as of right now, playing Axia, of course, playing on mobile. So the great thing here is that this is obviously something where they will be able to play the game on their mobile devices, which is great, obviously.
Yep. So what we have right now for open beta is the Android client, which was rolled out about a week ago, and we've been onboarding people progressively based on where they are, right? So primarily the target market is Southeast Asia, but we've also expanded around to some countries in Europe, some countries in Australia, that region as well. So we will be rolling out more and more countries as the weeks go by. iOS is still being put under review because we wanted to make sure that we conform to their requirements on the App Store in terms of managing users. But for people who are Android, and if you're part of the 20 odd countries that have been added onto the whitelist, you should be able to go to Google App Store and do a search for KOGS Slam, and you should be able to download it and play.
It's pretty exciting stuff. So great to see actual apps fully available on the app stores, as opposed to having to sideload apps. Now, obviously, it's something that many of our player base are used to, but great to see apps kind of really penetrating the kind of app stores and just get massive download amounts. I think it's going to send a message to the app developers in a big way, and excited to see you guys launch on iOS.
Thank you. I think the attitude towards these types of content in the near future is really based on the potential revenue that the marketplaces can make as well, right? So if we show them that we are a proper setup with a secure way to manage NFTs and crypto in the game itself, then it becomes very easy for them to see the potential revenue of onboarding more blockchain games into their ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, I really love it because, I mean, not only does it, like bring back the good old days, but I mean, it's also, sharing, like the future of playing COGS basically. I mean, it's bringing it back, and even better, it's a blockchain game, it's in play to earn, and we have NFTs. So, like in my opinion, like you guys have the recipe for a really great project here. But like, what I'm curious is how did this concept come to life, like the thought process, and say that we want to make this game?
I think when the company started, they wanted to go into the NFT space because it was really heating up, and this was in a couple of years ago. So when we released the first edition, it was more of a proof of concept that we can actually deliver an NFT collection on the WAX blockchain. And this was done in a very bootstrap manner. However, with the second edition being released, that's when the larger audience paid attention to this new type of NFT, which is interoperable across all the different games that either we develop or we partner with other developers as well. So we're not only focusing on content that we make ourselves. We want to invite other developers who have not entered the blockchain space or crypto space yet to be able to use our SDK and be able to use crypto and blockchain in their games. So there's such a large amount of developers out there who are looking for opportunities where they dip one foot in the water instead of jumping into the deep end straight away, right? And we're the kind of company that would be able to help them understand more about blockchain and the potential business models around it.
And I know that's something that we've obviously discussed in the past, but I'd love to hear about some of the ways that you think that COGS might end up being interoperable with other game experiences, or even in the broader metaverse. I'd love to hear some of your ideas about that.
So the idea behind COGS is for us to be able to use a collection in one game a certain way. Like for example, in Slam, they're purely aesthetic. There's no stats attached to it. So when you have an extremely nice slammer, is to flex on your opponent that you're one of the OGs in the game, or you really have a very expensive asset, right? So when you bring those COGS to another game, for example, tower defense, then a common tube would be a common tower, a rare tube would be a rare tower. So there's a lot of different utility cases around COGS that we can explore with internally as well as with developers as well. So the sky's the limit actually, because those cogs basically have different rarities, and there's, I would say, thousands of different variations to choose from in every edition. So they can be used in a car game, can be used in a tower defense game, can be used in an RPG game. The sky's the limit, right? It's really based on whether or not the developer is willing to meet in the middle in terms of integrating the utility of NFTs within their titles as well.
Wow, and I thought an NFT was just a JPEG. No, I'm joking. No, that's really incredible, exciting to see. And it just shows you the opportunity and potential, really, that like these really aren't just JPEGs. They're far more than that. They can be far more than even a singular game item. They can be this kind of fluid and can be kind of so many different things at the same time, which is a really exciting concept, and it kind of really creates this kind of value around the asset in a kind of very new and interesting way. One thing that kind of worries me, because obviously I used to actually play POGs, and one of the things that scares me was like losing my piles of COGS. Now I know that POGs rather. Is that something that kind of factors into the COGS slam game sometimes, or is that just an optional thing if I don't want to lose my assets?
Well, the game modes that we're planning to roll out within the next 3 months or the first quarter of next year include single player mode, ranked mode, arena, and tournament. So all 4 of these modes don't have a mandatory forfeit system for you whenever you play against somebody, right? It's mostly for points or leaderboards, but there will be eventually a very hardcore kind of match system where you actually have to stake. So the way the game works is you have to have 40 cogs in a container to be able to play. So if you're a free-to-play player and you start from scratch, the cogs that you have are dummy cogs. They're not really NFTs. But as you progress in the game, you start earning real NFTs, and you can start making a legit collection of NFTs container. And with these actual NFTs, then you start to progress into the tournaments, which require you to have actual NFTs. So there's nothing stopping somebody from downloading the game at day one and start earning coins, which can be converted into RFOX, which is a cryptocurrency, as well as to be able to collect NFTs that they can make into a set. So the play to earn model generally allows people to be flexible on what they want to keep and what they want to sell. Some people might be converting their coins on a regular basis because they need the cash. But for the midterm and long-term investors, I think the way we communicate with our players is that try to get a completed set, because the utility cases goes beyond just this game. It goes to other games as well as into the metaverse. So if I have a completed set of a certain design, that potentially could be traded for an item in the metaverse, like a hoverboard or a t-shirt or a cap, right? So everyone who wants to participate has many options for how they want to monetize their experience, and also to how they want to participate in our ecosystem.
In the high risk tables, that's where we'll find Mr. Sedano.
But yeah, I mean, I was about to ask. So, like, if I wanted to start the game, like, right now, if I download it and then, how do I start? Like, do I have a set of cogs that I already have access to? Do I need to make any purchases? So for everyone at home, especially those who are downloading the game right now, what are the baby steps to get into RFOX Games main project KOGS Slam?
So for those who are in the 20 odd countries that we've whitelisted for participation in open beta, just look for our game on Google Play Store, which is KOGS Slam. Download the game. You'll be prompted to actually sign up with OID. That is our account and wallet system. And then you start playing within a couple of minutes. There's a short tutorial. Probably takes you about 5 seconds. The game is pretty intuitive. A lot of people complain that it's easy to start but hard to master, because there's a lot of strategies and angles on how you slam your cogs. But over time, we've seen players adapt very quickly, understand what are the different mechanics in the game. So think of it as when you used to play POGs back in the day, even if you do the same thing 10 times in a row at the same angle, same strength, the results will always be different. But there is some form of variable that is in play whenever you start to slam in the game. So people are finding that it is a portion of skill and experience, and a certain portion of luck as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to ask, like, so how does a skill exactly like translate into the game? Like in the real world, like playing Pogs, it's the angle of your arm, it's the strength, like the strength of your throw. On the app, like, how is that like directly translated?
All that is factored in into every slam. So if you see you have a game box or play box that allows you to position your slammer around the different areas of the screen, depending on how you which angle you spin the cog, how hard you slam your finger onto the stack, all this plays a part in the outcome of number of cogs you flip. So if you flip, uh, let's say for example, it's a really good flip, 15 cogs flipped, but only 5 or 10 were overturned. So you only get scored on the ones that overturned. So you could break the whole stack on your first slam, but only the ones that are flipped over are the ones that basically are the points that you get awarded. So it's 3 matches, and the best of after 3 matches, you record how many cogs did you flip, and versus your opponent, how many cogs they flipped as well.
Awesome. So I mean, maybe like later, as before the stream ends, before we go, would it be possible to, for you guys to be able to, like show us a bit of a demo, hopefully of how the game works for all of our viewers. But I mean, yeah, like Fadzly, like definitely like great stuff, man. It's really cool to see, like especially, like I personally am very interested in projects that don't have any that's unlike any other out there. So like from what I know, like this is the first of its kind that's happening right now in the space. But like for this project to come to life, you definitely need a powerhouse of a team. And we actually have most of the guys right here on on the stream as well. So they're off cam, but I definitely would love to hear from Phil, Chino, and Meng. And why do you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in COGS and in RFOX? We'd love to get to know you.
Hi guys. So I'm Chino Yray. I'm the head of digital marketing for RFOX Games. I actually came in from the gaming industry as well. So my first job was as a community manager and eventually became product lead from Level Up Games.
Oh
And I
wow.
used to handle Blizzard games as well, like um, Heroes of the Storm and some planning in Hearthstone and Overwatch for Southeast Asia. And then of course Fads kind of reached out and sure, I really love to try the crypto space since it's the latest challenge for me.
Awesome. Yeah, great to hear from you, Chino.
Uh,
We're looking forward to the projects and the community events that you are going to be having for everyone else, especially those in YGG.
Oh yes, we're looking
Hi, I'm
into doing a lot of events actually, especially for 2022.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to cut you off there, but yeah. So Chino, before we move on to Phil or to Meng, just real quick, are there any events that we can look out for or are currently ongoing that our community can participate in?
Actually, we have a Facebook Live event that will happen this Friday. It's especially for our Filipino community, so everyone
Okay,
can join
nice.
the giveaway. We will be giving away third edition COGS as well, and it's basically to reach out to the Filipinos who are looking into free to play and play to earn games, right? Because we understand that a lot of Filipinos are having troubles lately with this pandemic, and we want to help. We want to reach out to this community. So this is why we also think that free to play game like COGS can really come into play.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Like looking forward to it. I mean, feel free to drop us the links and the info on that event, on the stream event, so that
Yeah,
we can share it
actually,
with our community.
everyone can just go into the COGS Facebook page. So just type in COGS or COGS Slam, and that's it.
All right, so you heard it right from Chino. So up next, who do we have?
I guess my turn. Phil Cahiwat.
Hey,
I
man.
handle business development for RFOX Games. So I manage partnerships, and so when we do special editions or work with our other game companies, that's under me. Originally, I'm from co-founder of Level Up, as well. I think most of our team is all from Level Up.
Oh, nice.
So if any of your audience has played RO,
Oh yeah.
that was with all of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to hear. I mean, we actually like have community members in the chat who are very stoked to hear, that hear about your background. But I mean, RO has taken a lot of my time, and I'm looking forward to have that same, excitement and engagement with our community, of course, into this game. So just says a lot about the potential of what you guys are brewing here, all together. So yeah, I mean, sounds really good.
Yeah, sure.
Up next, who do we have?
James, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, James.
So yeah, so I'm James. I'm the community manager actually, and I'll be the one streaming on Friday for the upcoming event.
Nice.
So actually the event is, as Chino mentioned, it's supposed to be reaching out to the Filipino community, right? So in that event as well, we'll be showing how you can set up. We'll be teaching how to set up an account. Also, we can get viewers to ask us questions if they have concerns regarding the game or how to set it up. Also, since I'm the community manager, I've been the one handling with current concerns with regards to the game or with anything with regards to RFOX games in the community with my team.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, James, I just wanted to ask you. So, what have been your best experiences, with sharing the game to the community, basically? Like, what's the best part of having KOGS Slam as your project?
The really great part about the project is whenever I tell people that the game is free to play, you can earn without spending 1 cent. The people are just shocked, right? Outright, they just get shocked. How is that possible, man? Is it?
It's a relatively new concept to everyone, it seems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. I mean, the good thing about it is, I mean, as you said, is that players who don't really have to spend, and they could get into the game, learn it, put in their time, effort, and skill, and eventually gonna be reaping the rewards. But we also, the really cool part about it, like for me, in my opinion, is the collector side. Like Saratobi himself, mentioned what cogs do you have, Saratobi?
Yeah, I actually am quite lucky. Let me quickly I've got a few. Let me just bring them up there, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Meng, why don't you take the stage while we're waiting for Saratobi to flex
Yeah,
his
well, no,
premium?
I'll get started
Okay.
before that. Wait, I've got a Series 1. 'Cause I just had to
Ooh.
get a Series 1 tube, just because I thought it's always good to get something old.
Oh, nice.
What
nice.
have I got? I've got 5 tubes here. Only 5 tubes. Let me see. Where are they?
But you have a first edition too.
I've got a first edition tube.
That's massive.
I've got a second edition uncommon secret weapon, second edition rare superset, second edition common, second edition Kapu Rainbow. So I've got 5 tubes and a first edition common United Kingdom Rainbow.
Nice.
Cool.
So a couple of tubes there. I was staking them for RFOX.
Yeah. So, like you mentioned before, staking is just one of the utility cases that we've rolled out for collectors. But within the game itself, these tubes will play a huge part in terms of access. So, for our tournaments, you are required to have a certain tier of tubes to enter a certain tier of tournaments. And then, if you do not wish to enter those tournaments, you can stake them or hold them for people to be able to rent them from you. So the financial incentive for you to have a completed set means that there is a way for you to earn passive income in the game from people who do not have tubes to be able to participate in those tournaments. So, for example, if I'm a new user and I want to play in a common or uncommon tournament, I'm required to have a complete tube. If I don't have a tube, then I can rent it from somebody, and a certain amount of the fees that we collect are used as a prize pool in this tournament. So there'll be a large amount of people entering because the prizes are actually based off the pool, as well as exclusive COGS that cannot be bought anywhere else but can only be earned through the tournaments itself. So as time progresses, the amount of COGS that we are releasing will be bought up by the collectors and then will be sold or traded for utility cases or items within the metaverse itself. So RFOX was designed to be an acquisition channel for metaverse, or one of the acquisition channels for the metaverse, and we wanted to give an experience into blockchain that was pretty seamless and straightforward, right? So majority of the games bring on a lot of people because there's a large financial incentive for people to join. So even though the hurdles are there, they still somehow manage to learn and understand blockchain and the intricacies of using MetaMask to transfer from a wallet to the exchange to cash out. But for us, we wanted it to be as simple as straightforward. Don't have to pay anything, download, earn coins daily, keep those coins or trade them into RFOX, or go into a tournament where you can win more exclusive NFTs. And only recently, the first batch of NFTs that the game has started being listed on our marketplace, and some of these COGS were worth hundreds of dollars. So for a free-to-play guy who comes in for free, if he collects enough coins to play an arena, and he goes in the arena, he gets those COGS, he can sell them on our marketplace to be able to get money very quickly, because there's tons of collectors out there who want to be able to complete a whole set because they want to keep them for utility cases in the metaverse that's coming up next year.
I'm definitely hanging on to my tubes at least. Anyway, I need to use them in the. I like the sound of using tubes in a tower defense game. That sounds pretty crazy.
Yep.
Definitely, absolutely. And I suppose, yeah, obviously we've mentioned there, obviously COGS being on the Wax blockchain. Are you guys continuing to just exist solely on the Wax blockchain, or strategically are you guys thinking about any other chains or migrating around or being available on any other chains, or are you guys just going to stick to just Wax?
I think for now, Wax will be the most seamless way we deploy a play-to-earn game that allows people to transfer NFT assets as well as their earnings out without fees, because Wax doesn't really charge fees. It does have a resource cost, but the fees are very minimal for that. That allows people who are accustomed to Ethereum, for example, with all the heavy fees, when they come over to our ecosystem, because we're on Wax, it's free for you to transfer your NFTs as well as your earnings. For our roadmap, we are looking at integrating into other chains as well for our NFTs. But for now, I think we're sticking to Wax to ensure that people who join us or start to play the game are not burdened by extremely heavy fees and then force us to consider putting a layer 2 solution in place in the near future. It is a big endeavor, and we want to make sure that the base of people are already enjoying the game instead of us focusing our development onto something like a layer 2. So I think it may come down to that in the near future, but for now, like I said, we will still be on Wax.
Absolutely. Do you think at any point in the future you guys would consider any other cheap L2s at all?
Well, most of the decisions that we make is really based on the utility of that chain and how it benefits the rest of our ventures in the ecosystem. Games is just one of them. We have RFOX Finance, we have the Vault, we have RFOX Media as well. So all of them have to see a very clear reason for us to migrate onto a layer 2 solution, either something that's already existing or something that's currently being built. But those discussions are taking place for sure on the labs level and our parent company level.
No, absolutely. And as kind of YGG has the kind of guild component, obviously, is very key to how we participate in games. How do you guys kind of see the kind of guild mechanics of playing within the COGS ecosystem? Is that something that you guys have thought about at all?
Yes, we have. I think the thing is, the play to earn concept is heavily tied to the scholarship system that XE has, right? However, the game that we designed isn't built with a scholarship system in mind, but we're looking at ways in which people can band together to complete sets and then share rewards from completed sets, right? So, for example, if you're part of a team or part of a guild, in the near future, if there is a very, very exclusive set and somebody has 3 pieces, you have 2 pieces, I have 1 piece of that, together we pool our resources together, and potentially you could get a cut of the staking rewards or entry fee dividends from that. So it's actually something that we already looking at in terms of delivering to the community.
Awesome. I mean, like we do have a lot of community members who are always on their mobile phones looking for the next play to earn game that that they could play side by side with, let's say, Axie Infinity, like Theater and Arena. But I mean, so if I was gonna be, let's say, taking the game like seriously, like wanted this to be my part-time job in the metaverse, like so to speak, how long would I usually need, to maximize? Do you have an earning cap per day? Is there such a thing though? How many hours would I need to dedicate of my schedule in a day?
Well, we were designed not to compete aggressively against other play to earn games. I think play to earn games can exist side by side across the whole ecosystem, because a player can choose to play 3 or 4 games a day to maximize their earnings across the options that are available to them, right? So for us, when you start off the game, the first daily quest you complete or are able to complete, you get 100 coins, and then 100 coins is worth $1. So you can choose to change that into RFOX straight away and cash out. However, there's a strong incentive for you to collect enough coins to go into the arena, because potentially the NFTs that you earn there are being traded very, very attractively, or for a very high price on our marketplace. So do I cash out $1 today, or do I wait 3 days to enter the arena and and fight against some of the most aggressive slammers out there to get a chance to win an NFT that could be worth a few $100s, right? So these options are really based on how the consumer or the player sees the opportunities. What we do is provide the opportunities, and then the ecosystem will sort itself out. Some people may not want to compete aggressively in arena; they just want to collect sets, so they might be using the earning to buy COGS to make a completed collection. So one day they can stake it for passive income. Some people just basically want to complete the whole set, so either they're gunning for those NFTs. And the thing is, in our community, the prizes are usually based on the min number, right? So if you go into a tournament and you get a min 1 of a very, very exclusive COG, those prices could be a few $1,000s. And we have NFTs in our ecosystem that are worth that much because of how scarce they are.
Awesome. Like for me personally, I wouldn't mind, like just really like making my first few purchases and just seeing like how it really works. I mean, that's the same advice that we usually want to share with everyone else who is watching. But what I would do is, like I definitely play the game first, and if it's fun, then I'm gonna be sticking around, and then maybe like maybe just invest more. But I mean, I wouldn't want to speak for everyone, especially, I mean, not financial advice, but I would, I'd definitely see how far maybe I could get in the progress in the game. Like, what's the earning potential? How long do I have to play? So there are a lot of factors for especially like newbies into the crypto space, have to go through before they decide if this is a game that they want to stick around to. But I'd want to ask you, Fadzly, so what do you think would be, the most unique feature of COGS, and why this project is going to be sticking around for a very long time?
Well, I think, like I mentioned at the start, the fact that our vision is to make it interoperable across all the titles that we roll out, make it a very compelling case for people to come in and start early, right? Because the thing is, we used to sell editions. We sold 3 editions and a special edition so far to a total about 2 million plus US dollars in terms of primary sales, and they're still being traded heavily in the secondary market. A lot of people are speculating what the utility cases of these tubes might be in the near future when the metaverse comes out. But like I mentioned before, it's a very simple concept. When you earn those coins, you can decide to cash them out because the price is pegged on $1 per day. You can also buy coins in the near future as well for people who don't have time to grind for 3 days in a row. Just buy the coins and then enter the arena. So whatever kind of entry point they come into our ecosystem, there is no pay to win kind of utility in the in the ecosystem right now. However, that might change in the near future when we release other games where it's not play to earn, it's not free to play, but you can earn cogs in Slam and then transfer those cogs to the next game so that you can participate in the next game as well. So I think that Slam was designed to be a very easy way for people to get into the NFT and blockchain space without any initial investment. The daily rewards may not be extremely high compared to some of the other games that are in the market. However, the earning potential in the game is still comparable given the fact that there are NFTs that are selling for a few $100s on the market right now. So the more utility cases we roll out in the games that we release, as well as the metaverse, those cogs become more and more expensive because we don't mint those cogs non-stop. There's a season, right? So if we launch second edition, there's a primary sale, and then there's a 90-day sale after that, where after 90 days, there's no more of the edition being sold on the primary market. Everybody has to buy those from the secondary market. So there is a scarcity at play there. And our community size isn't that massive yet. We have about 13,000 people on Discord. When that number becomes 50,000 or 100,000, then the scarcity of the tube becomes very, very apparent because people will be looking to have a set that they can use not just for this game, for the other games that are being released, but and also for the metaverse as well.
Awesome. I mean, I see James like he's streaming right now. So James, why don't you do the honors of like giving us a quick walkthrough on how the game works and what features are implemented right now, and how much do you get to earn like right after the game, like where are the tokens? Go ahead, take the floor.
So yeah, so when you start to play COGS, so most likely people are gonna check the rewards, right? This is where you can start earning without playing anything. So here you can see daily. It refreshes around 8 a.m. on the local time. So once you finish all of these quests or missions, you get 100 coins. Once you get 250 coins and above, you can start playing already in Arena. Here, you can earn much more coins, but you have to pay an entrance fee of 250 coins. But you can earn exclusive cogs or slammers and more coins as well. So it can go as high as around 500 plus, I would say.
And the good thing here is, even if you don't enter Arena, the coins you earn from daily missions, you can swap into RFOX tokens already if you choose to.
Yeah.
So that's part of our play to earn mechanics.
Or you can buy coins, slam packs here later on. You can buy packs to open and get more cogs as well. The cogs here you earn, you can transfer it out later and sell it to other players or other collectors. So yeah, cool. That's it. That's in its simplest explanation.
Yeah, I mean, could you jump like I hope you guys don't mind, but could you guys jump into a game and like show us the mechanics of how it's played, and yeah, what could we expect like for our new players right now and the audience?
So initially, I would say you would try to go into practice mode, right? Here, you just slam your cog into this stack. You try to finish it, and you try to improve. So here you can try various spin rotations or various heights on where you want to slam and see how many you can flip. Because when you go against other people, you have only 3 rounds. You need to flip more cogs than the opponent. And yeah, this is how you practice. So after you do this, you can go to battle against AI as well. This is called boss challenge. Here you will see the name of Fads, Ben, even Chino and Phil. You can go. So the easiest.
I'm the easiest boss there.
Oh, or is it Chino? Yeah, it should be Chino. Because
yeah, pretty cool, man. I mean, I have a question. So, does it mean that like the slammers have different stats, and depending on the slammer that you have, I might have missed it, but depending on the slammer that you have, it means that the higher the chances, or the higher the the friendlier the RNG will be to to higher statted slammers. Is that how it works?
Currently, we're not going for that road. I'm not sure if later on, if we might go there. But yeah, currently everything is fair. So mostly the cogs here you show or the slammers here you show are from this one I transferred from my collection already. The others are just the demo, the one that you get for free when you start the game out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the value of having, for now, the value of having very exclusive cogs is to flex on your opponent that you have a
Yeah.
rare slammer there's only 3 minted ever, right? So as it progresses, like I mentioned before, those cogs and those tubes of completed collections will be utility cases for access, meaning that if you want to enter a tournament, you gotta have you need to have a completed set. If you don't have a completed set, you need to rent it from somebody who has one.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, guys, I have to ask. So, when YGG customized slammers? When?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the thing is, just to give you a background, uh, Phil, me, Gabby, and a few of the other usual suspects in the gaming industry in the Philippines actually have been friends for a very long time. So the thing is, whatever partnership opportunities that YGG wants to extend to us, or we would like to extend to YGG, it's a matter of just reaching out to Gabby personally and say, let's do this and let's do that. Of course, we understand Gabby is extremely busy these days, but uh, we've been able to work together for, number one, the partnership for YGG for Play to Earn, as well as YGG having a marquee store in our metaverse as well. So the land sale is tomorrow for the Akamoto quarter. That's the gaming quarter for our metaverse, and YGG is actually already have a marquee store over there. So the thing is, the partnership doesn't extend to just the play to earn space. It extends into the metaverse space as well with YGG. So I think there's a lot of things we can do together. I'm sure you guys will have a customized YGG building in our metaverse. And I think the possibility of having a YGG slammer is definitely there as well. Maybe we can discuss making a slammer when the number of YGG participants reach a certain amount before open beta ends, and all those from YGG will be able to get that extremely rare slammer that nobody else can get.
Awesome, because I mean, like Mr. Saratobi here is an avid collector of any YGG NFT yield farming assets that you can find in the metaverse. So definitely Saratobi's gonna be the first guy who's gonna have that 1 out of 1 serial before anyone else for
Well,
sure.
it depends. I'm not all. I have to. It's definitely something up for consideration. I'm happy to add to my collection of YGG branded NFTs. I don't have enough yet, and I want to create the kind of.
I think for collectors there'll never be enough, right? So anything that is worth collecting, collectors would want to grab their hands on it.
Definitely. But I mean, yeah. So for everyone at home, everyone who's tuned in, so don't forget to write down your questions here on our Discord AMA discussion channel, because we do have the team helping us out with your questions as well. So we could also ask Fadzly himself. But I mean, yeah. I mean, so Fadzly, do you have any advice or any just what are your before we go, what are your last words for the YGG community rather?
For the YGG community, like I mentioned before, the open beta is up and running. So there is no requirement to buy anything to start playing and start earning. We'll share the links on the social media channels as well. We have a KOGS.GG Facebook page. We are doing our fight night on Fridays. So that usually means that the community can go against our team members and stand a chance to win packs that cannot be bought anymore on the primary sale. So we do have a certain set of packs and cogs that are meant for promos and giveaways. So if you want to get your hands on your first cog collection, you can start playing the game today and start earning cogs, or join our streams and compete against our team to earn even more cogs, which are exclusive.
Awesome. I mean, yeah. So, man, thank you so much for joining us tonight, especially to the whole team. But yeah, I mean, I'm really stoked about the project, and I mean, yeah, Saratobi, like, take the floor.
Absolutely. Well, look, make sure to keep up to date with KOGS by joining their Discord. Keep up to date with RFOX and KOGS on Twitter and any of the social networks you guys use. I'm sure we have the links there, and we'll be dropping those into the Discord chat. I think we can definitely speak for the whole of YGG community. We're excited to jump into the RFOX metaverse and the KOGS play to earn experience. We're going to have to get in there and start playing. And for the bravest of us out there to play for keeps, I suppose at some stage, if you're brave enough, or just keep your tube to playing tower defense games. That's probably going to be me. I don't like losing things. So look, absolutely, thanks so much, Fads, for jumping on the AMA. Thanks for everybody else in the team for jumping on as well. And look, I suppose we will see you guys in the metaverse.
Thank you very much for having us, guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.
Oh yeah. See you guys.